Looking for a super offer for Super Bowl 58? DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets.
I know the line has been moving around a little bit, but as of right now, the 49ers are a couple-point favorites. I know even if the 49ers were 20-point favorites, Mike would still be nervous watching that game.
Fact. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 58, with code Jenkins. The crown is yours. Welcome to Jenkins and Jonez on the Volume Podcast Network. It is Monday, February 12th, and we apparently don't get PTO at the Volume, so here we all are talking about the Chiefs 49ers Super Bowl, the game everyone wants to talk about, you know? That's LeJethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, Bubbas?
That's Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler.
Hey, everybody, have a good
I'm Gardy B, a.k.a. Mike.
Motherfucking Mike.
Motherfucking Mike.
A very somber motherfucking Mike coming to you on a very serious episode.
He's sad, so we just no energy. Motherfucking Mike, yeah,
extra, you know.
Right. That's the pat on the back, motherfucking Mike. You know what I mean?
And we're produced as always by the lovely and talented Jackson Saffron. All right, man. So y'all just want to fucking glaze up Mahomes for an hour, or what?
Oh, now we anti-glaze. Now we're anti-glaze.
Which
I thought we were pro glazing over here.
I deleted both group chats like 10 hours ago, dog. But you know, y'all do you, baby. What is he the GOAT now, or where
hey man, he on man's heels. Go ahead, Tyler.
Like I said, he's already the best I've ever seen, and he just got to run that shit up, run his resume up to be in a GOAT conversation. He for sure added another notch tonight. God damn, bro. No team has ever led the league in drops and won the Super Bowl until tonight. Like, that just shows you.
They benched Kadarius Toney tonight.
Bro, their number one wide receiver, they benched him, a healthy scratch, a DNP, you will not fuck this up for us, right? Like that's what they benched that man for in the Super Bowl.
DNP, anybody but you.
Yeah. DNP, no sir, not tonight, right? But it's just, I mean, God, what else can we say, man? It's just, I'm going to say this, and I want your perspective on it, Mike. Like, I saw how great that defense was playing them. And I saw that San Francisco wasn't cashing out on getting him off the field. And I was like, bro, you just cannot have Mahomes hanging around like this. He's going to win this motherfucker. And he for sure did. Was that where you were at with this, or?
Yeah, man. I mean, we talked about this when it was like, who do I want to see in the Super Bowl? And it was like, I think the Ravens are a better football team than the Chiefs. I still think that. I still think the Niners are a better football team than the Chiefs.
Yep.
But it's just all the analytics and all the scheming and all the everything else, man. It's like they got that dude for this decade, and you're just gonna have to hope you get a cheap one off him. Basically, is what it feels like. So yeah, man. Like, I felt like he was gonna win the game at the end, and then when we held him to a field goal, then I'm like, okay, we got some life. And then when we kicked a field goal, I mean, I sat back down on the couch. Vinny put his arm around me. You know what I mean? It was like, we got to hold this dude to another field goal. Like, they held him to a lot of field goals tonight. But it's like, at some point, you know, like, so I don't know. I mean, on the GOAT thing, bro, like, this makes me sick because I don't like Tom Brady. I was cheering my ass off when Tom Brady lost the Super Bowl because I was like, Joe Montana never lost the Super Bowl. Tom Brady to Eli fucking Manning. And now I got to, because it's fuck Pat Mahomes for me in this present moment, I got to go, you're still not even halfway to Brady, you know, fuck boy. Like, that's where I have to go to.
You don't have to go there, honestly. You really don't. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be brothers in arms with Boston sports fans right now, bro. Like you don't have to be on their side with this.
I got nowhere to run, bro. I got Cowboys fans texting me, we haven't won one in 30 years, but we won more recently than you. Like I have nowhere to go, dog.
Well, where are you with Purdy? Because, you know, it's no secret I was a skeptic, but he converted me tonight. I do think that he played an incredible game. I think that if he played a better game, of course they win. But I do think that the Niners have their guy. But like I said, I think that if he just made a few more throws tonight, they win this running away too. So where are you at with Purdy?
I mean, I think there's like a lot of blame to go around. Like, and some of this,
I mean,
Well, like,
extra point.
I mean, yeah, the extra
Block.
point was fucking
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah, that blocked extra point.
I mean, and again, dog, like, all we have to do is not muff a punt and make our extra points. Like, we spotted them 8 points and ended up in overtime. Like, you can't do that with fucking Pat Mahomes on the other sideline. You could maybe do that with Joe Flacco. You can't really even do it with Joe Flacco or someone on the other sideline. It's the Super Bowl, you know? So, I thought Purdy played well. I've been a fan of Purdy all year, man. Like, he was third in the league in touchdowns, passing yard. Like, he's a good quarterback, and he has good players around him. I'll give it to Pat Mahomes. Tom Brady, even when you say he didn't have receivers around him or whatever, he still had fucking Rob Gronkowski. And Travis Kelce's no fucking Rob Gronkowski. I don't give a fuck how much the NFL is trying to shove him down our throat. He's not Rob fucking Gronkowski.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, like, I give Pat that, like you said, that he's the first ever to win a Super Bowl when his team led the league in drops. That's preposterous, bro.
Yeah, that's insane.
There was
we
a
don't
number of
have
dumb plays today too. You
Yeah,
know
like
what I'm saying?
we don't have an analogy for that in team sports, do we? Like, Michael Jordan had dudes. I mean, I understand Kelsey's a great player and everything, but he's not Kelsey 3 years ago even. You know what I mean? Like, who's he? He's got Chris Jones. I mean, he has a great defense and a great defensive coordinator.
Like, it would be the equivalent of an NBA team that like led the league and missed layups or some shit winning the championship, right? Like the math just does not compute, bro.
And they bench your starting three for the finals because they're like,
Right.
bro, you suck. Like, we're just going to win or lose with someone else. We don't even feel like we have another guy. We just don't want to see you on the field in the championship.
That man got bitched because his vibes were bad. Like, I ain't never seen no shit like that, dog.
So, like, I'm a Brock Purdy believer, bro. And I just think it's a great example of how the take culture is cannibalizing itself. I had the Kurt Warner underdog story shoved down my fucking throat for 10 years that he was a baggage, he worked in the fucking grocery store. He prayed to Jesus Christ every night and he gave him a fucking super, like, we had that shit shoved down. And here you have a dude who's the last pick in the fucking draft and 2 years later he's in the Super Bowl. And the whole conversation is he a fucking elite quarterback? Why? You know what I mean? Like, that's a great story, bro. We can't just appreciate. Like, and then there's the undercurrent of the real story in the NFL, which is you get a quarterback on his first deal when you can afford to put a good team around him. You win a championship or two in the best case scenario. Russell Wilson, you could name a ton of guys this happened with. Then the quarterback says, run me my $250 million. You can't afford to put a good team around him anymore, and the team's not good anymore. That's happened to so many fucking quarterbacks, and it's not happening to Mahomes because he's that good. It didn't happen to Brady because he was that good. And again, both of them have great coaches as well. But, like, that's part of it with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is making, like, the three of us are making more this year than Brock Purdy, bro. Like, he's making fucking shit. Like, you know what I mean? He's getting paid like the last player taken in the draft. So they can afford to put a great team around him. But what people don't, like, factor into them saying that about him is him not making any money this year is what's creating that. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't go hold out and say, give me X amount of money. Like, he wanted to play this deal out and win. So now they're going to pay him. We'll see how much they pay him. I hope to God he understands how good the players around him are is a big part of whether he's a good quarterback or not. And we'll see, bro. But yeah, that's the question for me. But I've always been a believer in him, especially there's probably, you say whatever you want about the dude. Find me production to contract this year a better value in NFL history than Brock Purdy this year, bro. Like, he was like $280,000 or something.
That's wild.
And it seemed like the moment wasn't too big for him at all, man. In the moments where he needed to play good, he played good down the stretch, G. He was just going up against Pat Mahomes.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a great
he
defense.
made good throws. That play on, was it third down? Was it third or fourth down? Third down. You know what I mean? Where he used his feet, got out the pocket, made a great throw. I'm like, shit, that shades of Mahomes a little bit. Obviously not Mahomes, but you know what I mean? It was a great, great play that he put the team on his back and got that first down. He was just playing a guy that you just can't put the ball in his hands. You feel me? Like
that's why I never got the game manager shit with him. When I think of a game manager, I think of a dude who's checking down and doing little 5-yard dump offs. That ain't Purdy, bro.
No.
Purdy gonna get out there and sling that motherfucker. He's gonna get out the pocket. He's gonna make plays with his feet. He's gonna throw that bitch 30 yards deep in double coverage sometimes, not giving a fuck. He is not a game manager, bro.
Big night for fans of income inequality. Pat Mahomes, already worth almost $1 billion, gets a $1.25 million bonus. So congratulations to everyone who loves to see the rich get richer. That's
This
fucking
man
great.
really trying to build a case, dog.
Congratulations.
He's stacking it up over there, cuz.
Congratulations to the parents of the Chiefs kid that put their kid in black and red face. Congratulations. They're very happy tonight. Congratulations to all the white people in Las Vegas doing the fucking Chiefs Native American song today in the stadium. They're very happy
Congratulations
tonight.
to Chiefsaholic. You know
That's
what I mean?
Congrats to Chiefsaholic. Hey, congrats to our guy,
You know what I mean?
Chiefsaholic, friend of the pod.
Drinking toilet water hoops.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Congratulations
Hopefully
to
you
that
get
nigga too.
hopefully you get an extra applesauce for dessert tonight. You know what I'm saying? You've earned it,
You
buddy.
earned it, brother. You've earned it.
He gets a celebratory ruggy tuggy, you know? Congrats to Chiefsaholic.
Hope somebody. I ain't gonna say that. Joe.
Congrats to Travis Kelce, who elder abused fucking Andy Reid tonight on the sideline. You know,
But also,
congrats
hey,
to
we gotta
him.
talk about it though. We was talking about Bosa. Where McCaffrey and Kittle's at on the Trumper side, bro?
Oh no,
McCa-
Kittle's a good dude. Kittle seems like a good dude. I'm not surprised.
I'm
if
just
he's a
saying, I
Kittle-
don't know their
I feel-
personality.
I
I'm just
feel-
saying
I-
their facial structure. The
I
facial
feel good
structure
about
is
Kittle.
leaning red. You feel what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
good about Kittle. McCaffrey
Okay.
to me, I'm never going to look into McCaffrey because just the structure of his jaw
Bro,
and his cheekbones
They
is
showed
very
Kittle, I was
unsettling to me,
He like
dog.
a country boy, but I don't know. You feel me? I don't know. He could be a Cali boy to hair or whatever.
Yeah.
Then they showed McCaffrey, and I'm like,
Whoa.
that nigga look like homie from the boys, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He look like he looked like the dad in Invincible, nigga. He looked like he was ready to. The mind's gonna turn red soon. Nigga, you can't trust that. But I'm like, yeah. I
He
don't know, brother.
fucking my friend was a big fan of his who was the Panthers and just congratulated me. He sent me a picture of him and I was like, this
A white man
motherfucker
being
looks
the
like
best
a-
running back in the,
He looks
in the
like
league
the he
feels
looks like
wild,
the proudest.
bro.
He looks like the proudest boy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know what
Oh,
I mean?
the proudest boy.
Not a follicle on his face, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And I
You
feel
know?
like a historical football Olympic family is not exactly working in his favor either. You got to think someone who's been like in pro sports that long is not exactly. I don't know.
I just look. I mean, obviously, respect everyone's faith, et cetera, et cetera. The like very religious, very evangelically religious white people are the scariest people on the planet to me. They just are. There's just something very unsettling about them to me. My aunt, when I made that comment to her at the time, Mike Singletary was coaching the Niners, and she was like, "Mike Singletary has a pretty big wooden cross that he wears around him all the time," and I was like, "It's very different." It's just very different if it's Mike Singletary versus Christian McCaffrey.
White people out there playing with snakes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Putting it out, nah, bro. Nah, they different. They very different.
All right. Well, here's where I am on the GOAT debate. Showing a lot of promise, still very early in his career. I'm not quite ready to crown the Reese's Caramel Cup that was announced today as a GOAT, but I'm very intrigued by his potential. That was a big news for me tonight. I'm gonna be at the store at fucking 8 a.m. tomorrow morning looking for my
Yearning.
yearning.
nigga.
Every time I buy tickets, it's a weird pick your own adventure experience with a bunch of hidden fees, and I never know what I'm going to spend. You shouldn't have to worry when you buy tickets to your next big event. Gametime is a fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you.
I'm looking at the Gametime app right now. The Wizards have quite a few home games that I'm interested in coming up. They've got the Phoenix Suns visiting in February. They've got the Celtics coming there a couple weeks after that. Gametime offers last-minute ticket deals, zone deals. It's easy to find and buy tickets of every kind of event in your area. You can view all the seats in your venue. I'm very much interested in the Hennessy Suites that they have going on at the Wizards home arena, so definitely interested in investigating that a little bit more with this app.
Gametime is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. You can see the view from your seat before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. All-in prices show your total upfront, so you know you're getting a great deal before you check out. They're obsessed with finding ways to help you save money on tickets. Gametime has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event and even an hour after it starts. It's the place to find last-minute seats. And with zone deals, you pick the section and Gametime picks the seats for big-time savings. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code JANJ for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code JANDJ for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
How do you feel, man? Really? Really, bro.
Let us
It's-
in.
it's
Let
Goddamn,
us in.
I ain't trying to rub it in,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
like the worst possible
I'm-
loss to take, dog.
Bro. And I thought they were I thought they won it twice. And the first half, they were obviously the better team. I'm like, I was talking, you didn't have a group chat, but I'm like, if they lose, if Mahomes
I
beats
should
this
tell- let me-
team,
let me-
holy fucking
yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they were a better team, and you know what I'm saying? Both sides of the ball this scene. So
I did block and delete both Jenkins and Jonez group chats.
I respect it, bro. Nigga.
I did do that in a moment of it was either
You
strength
lost a
or
lot of
weakness.
gold in there,
I don't
though,
know
brother.
Which one it was? Well, hold on. This is actually I was gonna send y'all a screenshot. So I checked. If I go back in iMessages, it has recently deleted, and I already unblocked it. How many text messages would you say are in the main Jenkins and Jonez chat with the three of us that we?
Does it give you a date on when it started?
No, it just says that I have 30 days to undelete it, and then it says how many total messages
Wait,
are in it.
I have no
total
idea.
messages?
Yeah,
That's
that's what it
interesting.
says.
No.
Total messages.
Just to let
I
you
feel
know
like-
what you're
I feel
losing
like-
in totality.
And
Not
this is
that
our
I'm-
last prop bet. This is
Right,
our
right.
last prop bet of football season.
Don't let the moment overtake you. This is
Yeah.
all that you're losing. How many
I don't know,
tweets? How many
7
texts
figures?
is it?
Millions?
I'm gonna say
Not
I
millions,
don't think it's millions.
no.
I'd say 42,000,
Jesus
It's
Christ.
15,330.
15,000.
Nigga said 42K.
I said 42.
Shit.
Yeah.
15,000.
that's
Well,
a lot of text.
Tyler's metrics are skewed, bro. Tyler is a metric skewer, and I respect that. Tyler is like my friend. His example he always uses on median versus mean is that the University of North Carolina has a statistics class where they say, what department at the University of North Carolina do you think on average has the highest earning alumni? And it's history because that's what Michael Jordan majored in, and he made $2 billion. You know what I mean? So it's like,
right.
it's not actually
right.
telling you anything. That's Tyler with numbers of digital communications. Like
The mean is crazy when you got that man and that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
he's a
The
yeah,
median.
he's a graph
you
buster.
feel- Yeah.
All right, so to let you in, it just like it's the fucking worst, bro, and it's the third time that I've seen that after we were 5-0 in the Super Bowl, and I remember two of them basically. Like we lose 3 Super Bowls at very different stages of my life. Like, we talked about 2020 when we played the Chiefs last time. I was like, barfing all over myself with pre-COVID or whatever the fuck it was. So like, I barely remember that day. But today it was like,
COVID was
The
kind of a
kids,
blessing,
what-
I guess. Go ahead.
the kids woke up and put fucking face paint on, bro.
Mm.
Like, and Shar was joking. She was like, you should have him wear black and red face paint. Put it up.
I was about to say, what color paint?
They might have some Native American in them.
They do. Yeah, I mean, they do. But,
basically with
yeah,
Shar,
probably
for
more.
sure.
Anyway.
we already got canceled. We already did that. That was a few months ago. We got canceled for that.
Yeah. But like, I mean, they were so fired up, bro. And like, Maya was wearing Vinny's old Patrick Willis jersey. Vinny's wearing my old Jerry Rice jersey. Like, we were just all like into it. When we muffed the punt, I like had a moment of being a like 25-year-old watching football with his kids not present, and like may have flipped a chair over and slammed a water bottle down super hard on the table. And it may have not been Maya's favorite thing I've ever done. Which was super
You really
sad,
a fan, nigga. Damn.
But we talked it out, and I it was all
Daddy's
good,
just
but, like,
crazy right now. That's all. Daddy's
Yeah,
just
and she
completely
know-
lost
right.
his mind. It's okay. I'll be back in about 25 minutes. Maybe.
so
I mean, but Mike, there isn't a part of you that's like, we're going against Mahomes. There's a very good chance we'll lose this, and it doesn't soften the blow a bit. Because if I was a Niners fan, I'd be like, yeah, Mahomes got us. What the fuck can you
I
do?
think in the last 2 weeks of basically pretending this Super Bowl was not going to happen, that's what I was telling myself. But because we were playing so well, because the defense was playing so well, and because like, as a Niner fan, like, man, I hate all the narratives and shit, but of course I hear it, and of course I have people text me about it. Like, I'm just like, please don't come out here and throw 3 pick sixes, and Mahomes is just like muppeting his way down the field the whole game. Like, you know what I mean? And so when we were in it and then we were up, it's like, I was texting all my Niners fan friends at halftime, like, we got to score 4 touchdowns in the second half, bro. Like, this 7-point lead is not fucking shit against that dude. But then we kept holding them to field goals. Like, impossibly, we kept holding them to
Started
field
off
goals.
with a
So, like,
turnover. You know what I mean?
yeah. So I mean, yeah, probably like in hindsight, I'll feel that way, Tyler. But tonight it was just like, it just felt like we could do it. It felt like it was right there. We fucking shit ourselves with the fucking and I would add, by the way, the only people on the team I don't fuck with are the punt returner and the fucking kicker because there's the only two dudes that fuck everything up, and that's how fucking football is. Like, your punt returner is gonna muff a punt, and your kicker is gonna get an extra point blocked that he kicked off his fucking ankle. Like, there's football. There's 53 guys, and the 2 guys on your team that you don't trust, are gonna. You know what I mean?
Smallest dicks. are very important. You know what I mean? Them nuts wasn't hanging tonight, bro.
They benched their Kadarius Toney. You know what I mean?
Right.
Our Kadarius Toney fucking muffed the punt and had an extra point block. Like, so yeah, I don't know, man. It feels like shit. The kids are super sad. I'm super sad. It's just, I don't know.
What y'all told me was like going into the game was like, Shanahan could fuck this up because he's Shanahan. You know what I mean? And in the big moments, I was like, he's running the fuck out that ball, baby. He is like, nope,
and
I'm
he
not
went for it on
going to
that
get in my
fourth
way.
down. I was like,
and that
this
was a
dude's got
great call.
fucking big nuts.
Big, heavy. I said heavy nut. I was like, them motherfuckers heavy, dragging the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, bro, the team played good enough to win a Super Bowl.
For sure.
It was just Pat Mahomes on the other side. It's not like y'all got me. They were saying like they didn't give it up. They got beat. Yeah, y'all got beat by a team.
We gave it up though, bro. The muff punt for their only touchdown in regulation is like that's hard to swallow, dog. Like on the next play, you know what I mean? So yes, we for sure. I mean, obviously not taking anything away from Mahomes, but it is like as a Niners fan, I will remember the fucking muff punt for a very long time. Like you successfully actually shut down a dude who may end up as the greatest playoff killer in the history of the sport, but is like at worst the third best, like at 28 years old. And then you just like special teams is like, just get one on the 15 though. You know what I mean? It's just, but to your guys' point about how good, like, and I think I would add, by the way, and this was true when Brady was in New England too, like the Chiefs defense is not getting nearly enough credit. Like you can make an argument Chris Jones is the best player on the field for either team. Like, I mean, he single-handedly spoiled 2 must converts for the 49ers. Like Steve Spagnuolo is now, I believe, the offensive or defensive coordinator with the most Super Bowl wins ever, the Chiefs defensive coordinator. Like, I mean, we're a hard offense to stop, bro, and they kept us out of the end zone. People don't really keep the Niners out of the end zone. We kicked 5 field goals tonight, I believe. Like, so I have a lot of respect for him. But the Mahomes thing created the situation at the end where, like, they're sitting in a soft shell, hoping that they can give the defensive line enough time to get to Mahomes. They don't get to Mahomes in time, so then they blitz, and Romo's like, you can't just send people at Mahomes. He's gonna see the blitz and complete the pass, which he did. So then they go back to a soft shell, and Romo's like, you can't sit in a soft shell against this guy. It's like, the point is, there's nothing you can fucking do with it.
Right. Can't do shit with the dude.
Hey, it's okay. I want to ask y'all, like, looking at when you knew he could have a ball at the end of the game, right? Is he was that the last person on the planet that's ever played football you'd want to have the ball in that situation? Like, who would y'all prefer ever to have the ball in that situation that's not Mahomes? Like, it seems like that motherfucker's just gonna get it done, G.
Yeah, it's for sure Mahomes. And there's a play we can point to that 4th and 1 that they converted when they lined up Mahomes and shotgun out. And I hate 4th and shorts when you put a guy in shotgun.
We're just children of the 80s, dog.
Yeah,
we're never gonna
like
like
hands,
it.
though.
We're never gonna like it.
It was a great call because it was a bootleg where he was chasing Kelsey. So if the defense committed to Kelsey, he was gonna get the first. Or if they committed to him, he was gonna dump it off to Kelsey. Great fucking play call by Reed right there, right? Brady can't do that, bro. You cannot call that play for Brady. You know what I'm saying? He does not have the wheels like that. So it's Mahomes, dog. He's just flat out like I said, the most talented quarterback we've ever seen, no question.
I think the difference between him and Brady on his mobility is Tony Romo in his limp dick way referenced it several times. Like it's like Brady was going to go back and you knew where he was. So when they play the Giants, people talk about Eli Manning, but that was the Giants defensive line. Well, you have a defensive line that can get home with 4 dudes. You know where he's going to be. Bosa, fuck Nick Bosa off the football field. He played, I thought, almost a perfect game tonight. And that's so hard to do, to rush a dude and still keep contained and just understand that, like, forcing incompletions on that dude is a sack. And that's like all you're going to get. You might get 1 or 2 shots at him, and he took his shots when he had him. Like, that's what he forces you to do. Tom Brady didn't force Michael Strahan to do that. Michael Strahan is just coming around the corner and going to Brady. If he rolls out, it's going to take him an hour and a half to finish the rollout and get the ball downfield. So that, yeah, I agree with you, Tyler. Like, I would not put Mahomes over Brady while he still has less than half as many Super Bowls as him. But in terms of me as a football fan, I would rather probably even see a Tom Brady than a Pat Mahomes, if I'm being honest with you. Yes.
Being you've seen what you've seen, does he have to win as many Super Bowls? Being we've seen he's changed up, he doesn't have the consistency.
Well, I'm mad at him.
on
He
offense.
does.
You know,
Fuck him.
I'm just saying, like, as far as
and his bitch ass brother.
Oh, his brother's a bitch. We already know that. We ain't got to, debate that. But go ahead.
I mean, only to the dumb motherfuckers on Twitter who are still pushing back on the notion right now. Well, last time I checked, 7 is more than 3. Of course it is, motherfucker. I don't think Mahomes needs to get 7 or needs to get 8 to be, in the GOAT discussion. For one, I think he's already in the GOAT discussion, right? I don't think he needs to get 7 or 8 to be the GOAT. But I mean, just to be on this trajectory at 28 years old, like, the future is so fucking bright.
Well, he has a chance to do something that no other quarterback did next year, and you can almost guarantee they'll have at least as good a roster as they had this year. But he has a chance to be the first to ever three-peat next year, which is one of those things that, like, if he gets his 4th next year at 29 and he's got a three-peat, like, it's time to have that conversation at that point. I think Brady beat it. I think Brady beating him is part of the conversation. For sure. Too. It's like they did play.
And he was old as hell, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I know Pat was young, but Brady was old as fuck, like you said.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, but then we go to, like, bro, Eli beat that man twice in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Nick Foles beat that man in the Super Bowl. Like, I mean, there's that too.
No doubt. And I'm not like, it's fuck Tom Brady forever, bro. It's just, unfortunately, because I'm not really a, like, hate the dynasty guys, it's fuck Pat Mahomes for me tonight. That's all.
Pat Mahomes didn't even look like, he looked like his heart, like, after winning the Super Bowl, we saw Kelsey showing a bunch of emotion, right? Pat Mahomes like, this is what I'm supposed to do. That's what it is.
Did you hear when they interviewed him?
He got up there and said, we ain't never underdogs. And you goddamn right. Like,
that's
like, yeah, whenever I see a line that has Mahomes as an underdog, I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So,
but he said he gave the Week 12 win over the fucking Titans quote. He said, we're going to enjoy this one tonight. And then he stopped himself. He's like, wait, I'm not supposed to say this after a Super Bowl win.
Right.
He was like, we'll enjoy it at the parade on Wednesday, and then we're going to get right back to work. It's like, there's just some people who are psychopaths like that. And I talked about this as a football coach at Poly who won 5 D1 championships. And he told me after the last one with Juju and all them, he said, Mike, I didn't even experience happiness. I just felt the pressure on the back of my neck ease up for like 20 seconds. That's what he said. Mm-hmm. And he was like, and that's when I knew I needed to retire. Like, I can't be like that with grandkids. Like, I need to get into therapy and fucking...
He just was happy he wasn't sad. Like, that's what we talked about that. Like, I'm just happy I'm not sad, but I'm not happy. You feel me? It's crazy.
And that's what, I mean, it's literally, you're talking, it's within 150 seconds of, you didn't know the whole drive. If you fumble the ball, the game is over. You are losing in overtime. You have to score a touchdown or a field goal. He throws a touchdown. 150 seconds later, he's telling national TV, we're going to enjoy this one tonight, and then, we're going to...
Did you see him on the bench,
back
though?
to it.
Like, it was crazy when they were showing the benches. You see the Chiefs bench, like, while the 49ers had the ball, and they were just like, you can see he was just like, I'm just waiting for an opportunity to fucking do something. You know what I mean? And then you look at the 49ers bench when Pat Mahomes had the ball, and, like, niggas had the towel over. I mean, obviously you're nervous, but, like, it's like, let us pray. You feel
People
me?
were praying
like,
to everybody. People were praying to everybody.
Right.
They were playing to Zoroastrian gods on the sideline, bro.
All Hindu gods, you know what I'm saying? Everybody hop in, nigga. You know what I'm saying? The Avengers of fucking gods. We praying to everybody, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And dog, like, it just wasn't enough because the nigga you was praying to was playing quarterback on the other fucking. That's the God, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Like, shit, crazy.
I have a question for y'all. Does anyone in America get paid more to do a job they're worse at than Tony Romo?
I enjoy Romo, man.
What?
I enjoy. I don't know if he's particularly good at his job.
He's the worst, bro.
I enjoy him, dog. Listen. I enjoy people who have fun with what they do, and Romo for sure has fun. You know what I'm saying? That's what I enjoy about the shit.
I'll give you that he's having fun, dog. It's just like talking to my grandma at he's just like wandering all over the place. You just like, Tony, what are we talking about right now, dog?
I feel like he overcorrected because you remember when he first got in the booth, he got so much criticism. They're like, bro, you are telling us what plays are about to happen. You're spoiling the experience for us because you got the quarterback mind. You see the field better than 99.99% of the people on the planet do. Right. Like, can you please ease up off that? And I feel like he's overcorrected and not been as technical and trying to be a bit hokey with it. But I enjoy people who have fun with what they do. And Romo has fun with it. Man.
I also like that in sports broadcasters. I think the connection with him and Nance is like inexplicably horrible. I don't get it. They trip over each other all the time. Nance will set him up for something, and then Romo will just start talking about something completely different. And it's like, this is like low level shit, guys. You know what I mean? If he says this team commits a lot of penalties, you're not supposed to start talking about their fucking wide receivers coach. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to get you to talk about how it's hard to not commit penalties in a big stage or whatever. Like, I don't know. All right. Got nothing with Romo. Fine.
When Romo first started, he was solid though, right?
No, I hated him the whole fucking time, bro.
I remember people talk about how good he was initially.
People
when I was still watching football.
Like,
the criticism was legit. He's too good at this. He's
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
I thought he was like, I thought he was extreme.
He just makes all these noises, bro. Like,
he was singing along to Adele and shit tonight.
Yeah, and he squeaks all the time and shit. You're like, bro, what are we doing, Tony? Hit the calm button, bro. What'd y'all think of the halftime show? Did that live up to your expectations?
I'll say the one criticism I have, and it's not even really a criticism. It's not an indictment on Usher. It's more of a testimony to how deep his catalog is all the songs were like too short for me, bro. Like, soon as I was like jamming, he was on to the next one. And then I was like, why he switching? But hold up, this is my shit too. But then right they were like, why is it? Oh, but this is my shit too. Like, that was the whole pattern, right? It made me feel like, yo, I need to see this motherfucker in concert. Like, that was the biggest takeaway that I have from that.
Yeah, Rother was talking about I need to go see him in concert for sure. I feel like the ones the songs he played were the bigger songs, right? But his biggest songs are not my favorite songs. So the ones where I was like, oh, this is my motherfucking shit. Oh, he played one for the homies, for the niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that was the ones he cut short. You know what I mean? The album cuts or whatever that I really fucked with.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was great. It was hella Atlanta. Niggas I know from Atlanta loved it. You feel me? So good for him. Good. I mean, I'm happy he got the opportunity to do it. But like, yeah, man, I feel like it wasn't necessarily for the me's. It was for the masses. And that's cool. I get it. It's a Super Bowl. It's not, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's how I feel about it. Took his shirt off though. You know. As a fan of Handsome. Love to see it.
How many abs did he have?
Well, I say 5.5. You know what I mean?
He looked pretty good.
Well, about four. Yeah, 4.5.
I was gonna say
5.5,
4.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
yeah,
4.
Yeah. It's on there. So yeah, I'm mad at
So
it.
the roller skating thing was insanely impressive.
I think he
as
did
someone
that
who
for,
can't
like,
roller skate and
yeah.
can't ice skate, that shit is crazy that he's able to dance and sing while on roller skates.
Wait, what did you just say? Hold on.
Yes. You didn't watch it, Mike?
No. What did you just say about you?
I'm like terrible at roller skating and ice skating.
Really?
I'm a really good skier, and I'm horrible
at
roller skating and ice skating. I have no shame, and I'm horrible at it. I need people to like drag me around the fucking ice on the ice.
Oh, wow. I can ice skate at all. I can roller skate though, but not good. I'm not.
You can't roller skate with the 2x2s, Jackson?
I mean, I can do it. I'm not saying that I can't.
What do you mean 2x2s?
Like not the
roller blades?
I was about to call him what my dad used to call him, which is not a appropriate.
I'm just terrible at it. I'm not saying I can't get on the thing. I'm horrible.
I was about to call him fruit boots, but yeah, like you're not talking about
your dad said that.
Yeah, that's what all the gay dudes in Long Beach called it. Because like in the 90s, it was like a big deal. Like all the gay dudes.
Rollerblades were scaring
everywhere.
Rollerblades scared the shit out of old people when they started moving in the 90s.
Really? I remember like all the
seriously.
kids. My mom didn't let me get them, but like
yeah,
I guess so. My mom
she was trying to protect you. She was trying to protect your eternal soul. That's why
she didn't. She didn't let me get them, and then I got a pair like in 8th grade. Right? I like begged. I was like, I want a pair of these motherfuckers. Went down a hill once, scraped up my nipple. The shit is still scraped. Have a scar on my right here. You know what I mean? It's still there, bro. Never put them on again, G. Never put them on again, bro.
Jackson, I don't know if it's because you're skinny or because you just seem sort of like generally athletic. It's very much surprised me, and I don't know how you can be good at skiing but not at
I agree.
ice skating.
I agree. I don't know
Okay.
how I'm good at skiing and I'm bad at ice skating, but I am.
Okay.
I think
Those are
skiing
true,
would be
two,
easier.
two true things about me. I'm good at skiing and I'm bad at ice skating. Those things.
Well, the thing about skiing is that you don't have as much control. Ice skating is like if you can balance, you can stand there as long as you want. But skiing is like you're moving and you don't fully have control of that.
As a kid, when I lived in Colorado for a few years, we went to Vail, and they would teach you how to ski without the poles because you're a kid. That's the first thing they taught. And
Pizza slice, baby.
I picked that.
I told you hit that pizza slice to break.
I mean, I didn't hit that. Though. I turned the motherfucker to the side. I wanted to throw that motherfucker like a video game. Yeah, that was a kid. I mean, as a kid, I picked up on that really quick. I could never pick up on ice skating. So I think it just depends on what your balance.
Yeah.
It's probably a personal to whatever how your brain moves or like your personal balance because the balance is very different. And skiing was easy to me. Yeah. I don't know. Snowboarding is difficult. That's a difficult balance to me though. But I tried it as an old rather than a young. So,
it would. So I missed out on the halftime show, but I did hear Beyonce announce the album. I think Jackson and Biko were talking about it before we all hopped onto. But what she's doing a country album or what's happening?
Yes, the signs were always there. When Renaissance dropped, like the official title was Renaissance Act 1, and everyone was like, okay, what the fuck is Act 2 gonna be? And the answer's there. It's gonna be a country album. And the signs were always there because when Renaissance dropped, right, she had that horse, if y'all remember. And the horse was in like a disco ball getup, right? It was disco ball finished, right? And we were like, okay, what the hell does and the whole theme of Renaissance was she was reviving dance music, disco music, house music, etc. Right? Like that was the theme. We're like, what the fuck does a horse have to do with, black party music? But we see now, because Act 2 is going to be country. And we saw the signs because she wore the damn country hat, to the Grammys. Solange just dropped a heater of a picture of her wearing a country hat, like, this weekend. Yeah, baddie time. And so we finally got some answers to the years old question of what the fuck the other acts are going to be. And it's going to be a country album. So very much looking forward to that.
I have a lot of friends from Long Beach and Compton who are black women who love country. They don't love country music, but they love like square dancing or line dancing.
That shit look like vibes, nigga. That shit look like vibes.
They'll go to. Well, and there's a place I think in Orange County that will do like a black ladies night too. You know what I mean? So I know I'm very happy for those people. I'll be super curious to hear what a Beyonce country album sounds like.
Hey, that is a woman from Houston, Texas. That shit is in her, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not a fucking, some shit she doing just to do it. I'm sure this shit is ingrained in her. It's what she grew up in. Yeah. But while we here, I want to give props to Tierra Whack because I feel like we discussed before how big of fans we are. And Tierra Whack kind of had this premise a few years ago. And it was one of my favorite, projects of the year where she dropped like these 3 EP series where she dropped rap, pop, and R&B, and it was just like 3 songs each EP. Of course, the titles are self-explanatory of what the types of music she was doing there, and they're really fucking good. And my favorite song on there was actually a country song on the pop album called Dolly, where it's just her and a guitar, and it is fucking beautiful. So if y'all are hip to Tierra Whack, go check Tierra Whack out, man. She is a fucking talent. Like I feel like a conversation that always pops up is Missy, man, she was so singular. She was incredible, which is absolutely true. And they're like, we need a new Missy, bro. Tierra Whack is like a branch off that tree. She is a talented young lady. So shouts to her.
She made an album that was like, was it an EP that was like, was it 15 minutes? It was just minute songs. Like
Whack World.
And she made the music video to associate with each song. Just a creative genius to me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a big fan of hers for sure.
And she's got a new album dropping in March too. Looking forward to that as well.
So, and she's funny as hell on Instagram. I love
yeah,
her.
she is hilarious.
Nigga, legit funny. She's talented in so many ways.
Do y'all have any commercials that evoked a reaction out of you? Jesus had a lot of commercials today.
Jesus got that bag. That motherfucker was dropping Super Bowl. You got Super Bowl ad money, Jesus. Jesus need to break the people off, dog. The fuck? But yeah, it's bro, like Super Bowl commercials, I don't want to be an old fuddy-duddy, but it's like they just ain't got it no more.
They don't hit
dog.
no more, bro.
Right? Like I remember when we were kids and we were watching the Super Bowl commercials, like there was gonna be something there that shifted the fucking culture. Like shit, Jackson's fucking introduction. That's a Super Bowl commercial. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And we all went to school like, I can't wait to go say Wada with the
right. And we just haven't had those moments lately, man.
I mean, it's kind of funny because like it's like corporations ruin everything, right? So it's like they have the rollout to the commercials, it's all this other stuff. But then I have to take a step back and be like, corporations ruined Budweiser Super Bowl commercials. Like I don't like it was always corporations, but they were at least I feel like funny, and we didn't have to have a rollout or like go to YouTube and watch the rest of Arnold Schwarzenegger making jokes
That's my
about
least
his
favorite
accent.
part of it. To go to YouTube to watch the rest. It's like that's not
That's
not what
gonna
this
happen.
is. That's not what this is. What do you mean go to
Yeah.
YouTube? We're watching the Super Bowl.
I, feel
I got to
creative
answer the
industries
question
in
of-
general just aren't as good anymore, and that maybe it's me really being old at this point. But you know what I mean? But like creative industries, it just seems like the movies, like music.
Private equity has sucked all the money out of everything
Bruh.
and made it impossible to work there.
My homegirl works in that space. She was saying like, bro, she said one campaign has gone out since 2020, and this is a big company. I can tell y'all when we get off camera. You know what I'm saying? But like, she was like, bro, the budgets are trash. Everybody wants to make shit for social. That's all
Right.
they give a fuck about. You know what I mean? It's just not. Shit ain't the same, bro. You don't like. People are coming up with good ideas, but people don't want to put money towards it. And even in the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
it just feels like you're just throwing. It's you could see the math in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just. This is a big person. This is a big person. This is a big person. We'll put them
Christopher
together.
Walken and Usher. Like what felt
Yeah.
like it could actually be a funny premise with Christopher Walken of everyone
And
doing
it
their Christopher Walken
was-
impression. Then they just throw Usher at the end.
The messy one, I'm just like, not funny to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they were trying, but it's just like, bro, you didn't spend money on writers. You spent money on the people. You know what I mean? And it just
Yeah.
doesn't
Like,
hit.
even for
Yeah.
people my age, like I have lots of people I know who were like, we not recently, but years ago, we're like, what's Doritos gonna do this year? What's the Doritos ad gonna be this year? I wonder what it's gonna be because they gave you the weirdest fucking ads, and I was like,
Right.
maybe they're good, maybe they're shitty, but they're definitely weird and they're definitely like interesting. And now I'm like,
Yeah.
I just don't care anymore.
We need to move into a post-ironic age, you know? Like we need to like stop being so self-aware and just do like funny frogs making stupid faces and shit. Like we need the Kia hamsters back instead of the meta Kia hamsters that
Part
we've
of
been
the-
living with for 2 decades.
Part of the reason she was saying like, like there's best practices, and best practices leans towards a particular group, like Gen Z. Everybody's trying to like, they're scared of losing Gen Z. You know what I mean? And the way they're creating content is just all numbers, and it's just not it, bro. Just not it. Feel me? Like so.
Bring back the mom and pop Super Bowl commercials of our youth, God damn it.
I feel like this is one time we got to tip our hats to Gen X and the Boomers, bro. They were way meaner with the pen in those ad writing rooms
For sure,
than
for
us,
sure.
for sure.
All that
But that was-
cocaine they were doing off each other's butts was fucking making magic, man, in the boardroom.
Drugs will fuck up a lot of things, but not creativity, brother. You know what I mean?
Oh fuck. I did get to answer to I did get asked a question by my dad what Scientology today, which was great. Love that. Love having that conversation.
You had a hell of
during
a
the Super
evening.
Bowl.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Throwing
All right.
chairs, you know what I mean? Fucking
Yeah.
Scientology questions. Wow.
I should add I tipped the chair over. I didn't throw it.
Okay.
So we have the
Important,
bar chairs. We have the bar chairs behind the couch. I was walking out of the room and I tipped the chair over. You know what I mean? I didn't,
So you
pick
want
it up
to go
and
get some
throw it.
air? You had to walk out of the room and like, I gotta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just got your issue on the way out. You know what I mean? Had to let people know you were there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
What's the dumbest shit you ever did? Like that you guys have ever done? Like have you had
And I
moments
was
like
like,
that
I'm
in Braun fans
tweaking.
or something? Where
I'm-
you were like, I need to like chill the fuck out right now because this is a sporting event I'm not playing in.
What?
Dog, I forget what game it was, but I remember it was probably just a regular season football game, and this was the first flat screen I bought too, right? Like this is like 2007, 2008 or some shit.
Yeah.
And I remember just pointing hard as shit at the wide receiver, that the quarterback missed on my flat screen, and I fucked up the pixels in there. And there was just always like this permanent purple like little blotch on my shit. And the way that it worked is that shit aligned in a perfect way where it was always on Alex Trebek's forehead whenever I watched Jeopardy, bro. Like right in the middle of this motherfucker's forehead was a purple blotch, reminding me of how much of a fucking idiot I was to to fucking point at my flat screen because I was pissed that a quarterback missed a wide open receiver.
You gave Alex Trebek the scarlet letter, bro. That's crazy. I am wearing the symbol of your ignominy.
Had that man looking like it was Ash Wednesday every day, dog. Like, it was crazy.
All right, let's close with our Jackson. Have you ever done? I can see you throwing something at a window when you were watching a Red Sox game.
Well, most of the Red Sox stuff I did, I was like a kid, so mostly they involved tears. The only things for me that I would like classify as more embarrassing is I choose usually to not watch games that I'm really invested in, like the Super Bowl or whatever, in public.
Yes,
right. I feel like it's a reasonable thing to do.
And I just pause you there, like. It's insane to me that I still have people who are like, where are you watching the game at? It's like in the house with the windows closed and the doors locked. Are you out of your fucking mind, bro?
And I feel like now as I've worked in sports for a long time now, I'm like, I'm not that crazed of a sports fan anymore. But Celtics Heat game 6 last year, the one where Derek White had the tip, we were watching it out at a bar. I was kind of like, we're down 3-2, like whatever. Like we're probably good. We're cooked,
you thought
right?
you were.
I thought I was in a safe
You were
place.
where I was at noon today.
I was like I'm good.
It's Mahomes.
I'm good. It doesn't even matter, right? And obviously that game was fucking insane. And so I was just freaking out and just kind of like bothering people in the bar. I mean, that's what everyone was doing in the same bar. We're all watching the game. That's kind of just like bothering people, I think. And Kim was like, yo, like, we're in public right now. Can you like relax a little bit? And I'm like, I'm sorry. Do you not see the score? Like, I'm sorry.
All right. Let's close on Dookie Butt of the week. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first. My Dookie Butt is gonna be Nurk, bro.
That was gonna be mine.
That's gonna be yours too. It's and the reason being is that, you know, after the incident happened with him and Draymond, he gave us that classic "that brother needs help," right? That shit got memed. It was a great moment in shit talking, right? Like score one for the Nurkster right there. He got his shit off against Draymond. But then after that game, after they lost, you know, he proved himself to be a sore loser. He's not cut for the shit talking. He was like, you know, I have jokingly said he needs help, but he really might need help. I was like, oh, come on, man. This ain't the way to go, bro. Like, I just didn't like the sore loser aspect of that shit. And Draymond lit his ass up in his post game because he is built for that shit, bro. That is what he is born in that shit talking shit. So yeah, Nurk is my Dookie Butt of the week because, you know, we thought he might have been a shit talker, but he's not cut for it.
Dre's comments were insane.
Dre's was like it was written by a comedy writer. He had like 4 different burns in a 3-sentence thing. It was insane.
I've never heard anybody like, bro, defensive nothing. You're a nothing defender. Like that was, oh my God, bro, damn.
I'm gonna go with I understand I'm biased in the position that I have, podcast, whatever. But I'm gonna start in my life just gonna be like, gotta be more careful.
Got to be more careful.
Have you not seen that? And have you even watched that, or you just
I have
the first time you heard it? It's the first time you heard it?
No. What is that from?
It's just a saying.
No, it's from a movie. It's got to be more careful. That's a movie, ain't it?
Yeah.
Was he referencing that?
Yeah.
Was it a reference?
Yeah, he was referenced. Yes, a reference.
Okay, okay.
Got to be more. Let me look it up. Got to be more. Y'all can go ahead and.
But that was also my Dookie Butt of the week. I thought the basketball game itself was amazing, and Nurk.
I heard Nurk's and I was covering a different game, so I didn't see it. Y'all were texting about how great the ending obviously was fucking nuts with Steph being Steph. But like, I heard Nurk's comments before I saw the game, so I assumed that Draymond did something.
Nah,
and he didn't do anything. He just dunked on him. He just put him in the rim.
He played great, put him in the rim, and he did get a technical foul, but it had nothing to do with Nurkic. He absolutely got fouled by Devin Booker. They no call, and he was mad about the no call. Maybe he shouldn't have been so demonstrative, but like, tech had nothing to do with Nurk, and Nurk just kind of was being a big baby after the game.
Was that not in a movie? I looked it up, and it took me.
It sounds like it could be, but I just thought it was the inflection.
Like I've just heard people say
the delivery was perfect.
Yeah, I thought it was from a movie because we said it. I thought I swear to God, I've seen that in a fucking movie, bro.
Probably.
Anytime a moment like this happens on a podcast, and I've been on the other end of it, there's 15,000 people in their cars right now going, "It's blank."
Right.
I can't believe you don't remember.
Right.
Rush Hour 6. Like, goddamn. Like,
has to be more careful. Yeah, but like that was a great exclamation point on the end of the nice little, burn session. But,
I clutched my pearls like Chels did when you brought up we said Travis Kelce was handsome. When he said that, I was like, oh, that's so good. And the inflection's so good. The way he looked down and shook his head. You know what I mean? John, who is your Dookie Butt of the week?
Me, brother. I sparred with a professional fighter. Like
what?
Yesterday, bro. Yeah, like got in the ring with him. I remember I told y'all like I used to like train with this UFC fighter. Not UFC. He was an MMA fighter, but he wasn't in the UFC. He trained in the one under that. But anyway, and he would tell me to stop blinking during defensive drills, right? And I was like, that's crazy. Wow, y'all don't blink. But I was thinking also, I always kind of thought it was capped. Like I thought it was impossible, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm like fainting, and he's not biting on anything. And the niggas, he had an Air Max on. He wasn't trying to beat my ass up. He wasn't like he was really fighting for real like that. But he was landing some shit though, nigga. I'm like, all right, brother. I'm not a pro, dog. You feel me? But the nigga didn't blink. I would throw full punches and he wouldn't blink. It was horrifying. Like he's sitting here like this in his guard, and his eyes. I'm like throwing jabs, and he's just moving out of the way, and he's not blinking. And like he's throwing shit, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, God damn, I'm jumping at everything. He'll do his head. I'm nervous as fuck at that motherfucker with his ass, and I'm like, yo. It is absolutely insane what you have to be good on that level. He fought Errol Spence before, but it's so insane what you have to be good in that sport. And like, bro, I had no business being in the ring with that motherfucker. So he could have killed me probably in that motherfucker, but thank God I'm here with y'all. I'm hopping back in with him Saturday though. Hopefully I see y'all Sunday. But yeah, we'll see, bro. I don't know, man. It was insane to see, bro. Golly.
All right, my Dookie Butt of the week is the Swiss Family Robinson. Are y'all familiar with the Swiss Family Robinson?
That's like, I'm thinking of motherfucker.
I've heard, but I'm not.
It's like a children's. It's like a children's adventure novel, but it's like a classic. Like,
does it choose your own adventure type shit? Was it that?
No, it's a family who they get shipwrecked and then
they are some Robinson Crusoe type shit. Like
yeah. And then they end up on an island and they're so they're like living by themselves. But I realize it's a little too late. The novel's like 100 years old or some shit. But like I would like to cancel the Swiss Family Robinson because I read this book. I do a book club with my kids. Maya loves to pick a book out. She reads it. She gives it to me. I read it. And then we sit outside and eat cookies and talk about it. And she likes adventure books, so that's what we've been on. So she had me read this book, and it's just like crazy because the world has progressed so much, even in our lifetimes, on its view on everything. And I would just add, I'm not one of those people who like needs novels from 1920 to adhere to the morals of today. Like I understand.
You're cool with Bob Dylan saying nigga, you know what I mean? It was a different time. Go ahead, though. Right.
I'm not expecting like F. Scott Fitzgerald to see the world the way I see the world, right?
For sure.
But this book, I like couldn't get through it. They literally don't name the wife. She's just the book is narrated by the dad/husband, and he just refers to her as my wife for the whole book.
Wife. The wrong type of wife guy right there.
Right. They got 3 kids. The kids are all named. It's like Fritz and, and Jack and all this other shit. But like the shit that they would do was like, they were going on all these adventures. She literally just had to like stay in the treehouse and clean and shit.
So you could tell it was written by a man that did not like women just in general.
For sure, had like 4 boys who like were being raised to feel the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
But of course, there's like
to your daughter.
Blink at that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like right. Yeah. But so like no one would blink it at the time or whatever. But at one point, there's a boa constrictor. It's like a 30-foot snake outside their cave. So the boys go out after it eats their donkey. They go out and they kill it, right? And then the dad goes, "Oh, well, we don't know what else could be on the island. We better go in search of whatever else is out there." And he takes all 3 of their sons and leaves his wife in the cave for, quote, weeks, is what they said.
Begging for another 20-foot ball constrictor to pull up on her. No, that's nasty work, G.
I'm like, The last snake you saw was at your cave. You were just like, my wife, you got this one. Like, we're going to go looking for some.
That's wild as fuck.
Anyway, fuck the Swiss Family Robinson, man. Get your shit together. You know, women are people too. They want to go on adventures. They don't just want to sweep the treehouse and fucking. He was like, we found some rocks we could use as windows. I knew my wife would be happy to put some windows on the cave. That's what
She probably was happy when that nigga left. She probably enjoyed herself them 2 weeks. Like, don't come back, please.
I googled this book because that's
Yeah.
And the Wikipedia says that it was written by Swiss writer Johann David Weiss, edited by his son, illustrated by his other son, and the novel was intended to teach his 4 sons about family values.
When was it published? What year was it published?
1812.
Oh God.
Oh wow! So it's even.
Jeez.
The book is old. So at the time, those probably were family values.
So time it was probably very progressive.
Very,
that
very
they didn't
progressive.
immediately kill and eat their
Right.
the mom. I guess.
Did you find it in the library?
They have these like kids chapter book versions of classics called Classic Starts in her class, so she can go and check them out. And so that's where we got it. Is she went and checked it out. So it's a bridge. It's like 160-page version of the book or something like that. So, but I like it. And then they come with discussion questions at the back, so I can ask her questions. And then I'm gonna talk to her about like. It's just interesting now because kids, it's like they're just obviously is so like if I try to tell Maya like you could be anything you want to be, she's like. Yeah. Like what the like obviously
Yeah,
like what are you talking about?
Right.
But I'm curious to see like what did you think of the way the writer, cause she doesn't think about like writers and decisions and stuff, obviously. You know what I mean? But I'm curious for her thoughts as an 8-year-old second grader. Did you feel that the only female character in this book had an interior life, Maya?
Oh wow.
Anyway, Swiss Family Robinson is canceled. Fuck the Chiefs, and we'll see y'all. What's the next time the podcast is on?
Thursday.
We'll see y'all on Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.